Frankly, the results are a complete and utter disgrace. I almost gave up the will to live as I marked these papers. I'm glad you find it funny, because quite frankly, 2 out of 20 is not a laughing matter.
So what this teacher is basically mad about is that they didn't get a good score and that he's lost the will to live. And it's not a laughing matter. So, yeah.
Get your head out of your hands. I sincerely doubt there's a brain big enough in there to weigh it down to that extent that it needs propping up.
So, he wants them to concentrate and stuff. Yeah.
The result of your test, would you like to please read it to the group?
0 out of 20.
You're an idiot, a numbskull.
She is very stupid for getting 0 out of 20 in a science test. Come on. She should know at least some of the questions. So Mr. Williams is right on this one.
A fool, and that will have to change. Could you explain to me what that is at the bottom of the paper? A food pipe.
That is what a primary school student will use. It's called an esophagus.
Give me an alternative name for food pipe.
Trachea. So.
Incorrect. Believe you me, you start shoveling food down your trachea, you'll so know it, young lady. You'll be choking to death.
To be honest, he is correct on this one. Because you cannot shove food down the trachea, as it's a very tough muscle in your throat to shovel food down. You would actually be choking to death, and Mr. Williams is right on this one.
Esophagus is the term that we use. Food pipe is what a child, a baby, is told.
He's right on this one again. Did never mention a food pipe in a GCSE test.
No. Oh, for goodness sake. I don't know the words, sir. We have just rehearsed this for the last 35 minutes. Yeah. And you still do not know the words.
No, sir, I don't.
You are stupid. Go and sit down. Lunchtime we will be rehearsing. You and I.
What I'm going to say on this one is that Peters wasn't concentrating, he wasn't being focused during the lesson. He should have been very focused and should have sung the lyrics. Otherwise, he would have not got this attention.
After pretending he forgot to hand in his mobile phone, he's been summoned to see the headmaster.
I think he won't expel me, but again, I can only see when I go in.
I don't think there is a smidgen, an iota, a kernel of truth in what you've said. Have I made myself clear?
Absolutely, sir.
Can I have the truth, please, Mills?
So, Mills used his phone, but he didn't meant to because it's a 1950s school. Well, it's a mock-up of a 1950s school. So, he's been summoned to the headmaster to tell him why he used his phone. So that's what he's got to explain now.
Yes, sir. When we arrived, I took out my phone in full intention to use my mobile phone.
Thank you, Mills. Thank you very much indeed. Good, that's what I wanted to hear. You've basically been dishonest. You will copy out sections from the Venerable Bede's Ecclesiastical History. Have you read this book?
No, sir.
Well, you're about to. On one sheet, write the Latin. On one sheet, write the English.
So Latin is basically Italian. Or it's similar, but it's like sort of similar. English is obviously the language we do in this country. And that book is a very interesting book. Should recommend that.
The headmaster gives Mills 2 hours detention and instructs him to go to bed.
In my school, there is a 2 hours detention. So, and to go to bed early. Oh, that's because it's a boarding school, isn't it? Yeah.
8 o'clock. It's now 10.
What am I talking about? It is not a question.
Uh-oh.
Or matron smile.
I thought you were meant to be in bed. Did you not understand my instructions when I said to you earlier today, after prep, you were to go to bed? Why aren't you in bed?
No good reason, really.
Well,
He just disobeyed instructions and did not follow any respect. He should have done his punishment, otherwise he would have got punished even more.